Welcome to this Windows channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Wednesday, February the 28th, 2018. And want to be just to say sorry for the live shows that did not happen yesterday. Had a little obligation to go and work yesterday, so we'll be back at the regular schedule next week. Today in our tech news, and this last day of the month of February, we have Microsoft that is, of course, against the US government, and all sorts of little details that the government wants to make clear, because the government is asking Microsoft to give over data that's stored in overseas servers. Microsoft says the US government has no possibility of asking this, as it is not on US soil. Well, today, Microsoft asked for one other little detail and said, you know what, the US government needs to modernize its laws, and says that laws should be 21st century laws for 21st century technology. That now we are with tons of obsolete laws that just don't deal correctly with what's happening in tech now. In other news, we have Bill Gates that says that cryptocurrencies are a bad thing. They are basically anonymous, and that too many bad guys are using it to do bad things, including terrorists. The government needs to be able to see the transaction done with these currencies. And he says that also drug addicts might be using this to actually buy drugs anonymously, and of course possibly have died from it. Windows 10 Insider Build 17.110 was released yesterday with a few new features, actually mostly enterprise, little enterprise features for updates, but we'll be talking about that. I'll have a little review of that build a little later today. And basically the faster release, as we had this build yesterday and one Friday, so they're really close, shows us that the pace is actually increasing because we're getting close. Remember that it's 1803, that's March of 2018, and we are the 1st of March tomorrow, so things are interesting at this time. Well, Apple has stopped using Microsoft Azure services for its iCloud. It now actually has used Google Cloud, and it says that it will continue using Google Cloud services for the future. No real mention about why, but of course, you know, there's always that rivalry from Microsoft versus Apple that might have played a role in there. iTunes is being killed on Windows XP and Vista, which is not very surprising on that side. And if you have an original first generation Apple TV, well, the basically the iTunes services will stop working in the month of May. So if you have the first gen, unfortunately, a lot of things are not going to happen anymore. Well, Nokia and Vodafone are going to have 4G on the moon. That is, they are going to put a satellite technology capable of 4G that will be deployed because scientists will be able to actually send a rover, because that's the plan right now, sending a rover on the moon to actually go and look at the Apollo 17 landing site. And of course, they will be doing HD video live from the moon, so they need a lot of speed. That's going to be interesting to see. Well, a interesting development in the hackers doing the distributed denial of service attacks. A white hat hacker that has been working on something to demonstrate says that by using something that's called memcached technique, that's using database caching system to actually amplify an attack, actually amplifies it so much, it actually amplifies every attack by 51,000 times, and it's capable of actually attacking the web at 260 gigabits per second, bringing down pretty much any website. So this is, I guess, the future of our internet. Well, interesting study about businesses and enterprise and organizations. Two little bits of detail that are kind of interesting. The first one says that 46% of organizations have never changed anything in their security systems, and that they just keep the same security over and over again, many months, if not many years. And that, of course, is a big danger because it's creating technologies or security technologies that are obsolete and are easy basically to attack if you want. So that's kind of a little sad story here. And another interesting story that's related in the same study says that 52% of enterprise will sacrifice security if it means that projects will be finalized faster, and that basically they are really going to do things that might actually be even bad at times, just because they want to make sure that the projects are actually done as fast as possible. And they say that it might explain why some enterprise actually got, compromised in the past. Well, a company called Cellbrite says that it can hack into any iPhones, even the iPhone 10, and that it will do it to give the data to the US government as they wish. And it is interesting because that means that this company has a lot of things that they know or can do to infiltrate the Apple iPhones. And of course, they are not disclosing how they do it, so it means maybe there are some things that we don't know about security on the iPhone. And finally, as Mobile World Congress is underway, there's lots of announcements of different things, but one that is probably the #1 subject right now at this Congress in Barcelona, 5G. We basically are on a verge of a revolution in mobile speeds and access for the future, and 5G does promise really, really good connectivity and really good speeds. And this was the Tech News Update for Wednesday, February 28, 2018. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching our videos.